Hey y'all, welcome back to Krista's Kitchen. Today we're going to make some homemade granola. So the way I usually do it is we just go through the pantry and clean out and kind of pick and choose what flavors and different mix-ins we want to use. And we have a base recipe that we use to kind of blend it all into. So we're going to go to the pantry, pull out everything that each person wants. We're going to make a few different types of granola today. And I'm going to bring y'all a little bit closer so y'all can see just how we mix those flavors in and kind of our base recipe. And I keep doing this because it's not really a recipe, just how we build the base of our granola and add the flavor components that we want. So I'll move y'all a little bit closer. Alright y'all, so we have all of our ingredients here. And like I said before, I just go through and find what's in the pantry and throw it together to make what our granola is going to be. But all we have left is one of these containers of rolled oats. So I'm thinking it's about 6 cups. And that'll make us like 3 different batches if we break it up into smaller batches. So in this bowl, I have what's left of our creamy peanut butter. So I think I have about 1.5 cups of the creamy peanut butter and a little over 1 cup of the crunchy. Just because, again, this is what we have in the house. I usually prefer just the creamy in this, but we'll try with the crunchy as well. And then I have about 3/4 cup of syrup in here. I'm looking, I don't see what I did with my, oh, here it is. My coconut oil. We need just a tablespoon or 2 of coconut oil just to help thin it out. Plus, it gives a little bit of a health factor to it too. But we're going to melt this in the microwave just to make it a little bit easier to spread around while we get all of our ingredients together. So let's pop this in the microwave and I'll be right back. Okay, so we're going to make these in 3 different flavor varieties. So the main thing you do is kind of start with your base, and then you can really put in whatever add-ins you want. So my base is always starting with about 2 cups of rolled oats. Now if you're only wanting to make the 2-cup granola, then the peanut butter and the syrup and everything is way less. So you're going to need about 1/4 cup of syrup and about 3/4 cup of peanut butter, and then maybe just a teaspoon or so of coconut oil. If you have a natural butter, like a natural almond butter or even a natural peanut butter, it's much oilier. You could probably even leave the coconut oil out. So let's see. We're going to stir this around, but so far in the bowl we just have our 2 cups of rolled oats. And you want to use the rolled old-fashioned oats. The instant oats do not work as well, and they're going to absorb any of this flavor and kind of get like mushy on you. At least in my experience. Okay, so I'm not going to add a ton of chia seeds, but I like to add just a little bit of health factor in with it as well. And I usually have some wheat germ that I toss in too, but I have no idea where that's at. So let's see who we want to start with first. Let's see, we'll go with Eleanor's. She wanted coconut. Now Eleanor is my sweets junkie. So she'll pick all things sweet almost every time. So I'm going to kind of add it in. For each batch, I like to do about 1 cup of additives. Now, I will do like 1/2 cup of sweeteners and things like that, but I like to do about 3/4 cup of the nuts because, I mean, you can never have too many nuts, right? But she wanted coconut, chocolate chips, so that's our 1 cup. And we're going to toss in, let's see, we'll do pecans. Oh, that's just about perfect. We'll save some of those for mine. But some pecans for Eleanor. And then, so if you want to add in some additives like some some seasonings or some extracts. Just be a little bit light, maybe a half a teaspoon to a teaspoon, depending on how, ooh, that might be a little bit too much. We'll pour some of that back in. How intense you want it. This is, again, Eleanor has a sweet tooth, the cake batter extract. So, let me get our peanut butter and stuff. Perfect. So we're going to mix this all together. And it does not have to be this liquidy, but it helps to spread it all around and make sure it's evenly mixed. Now once you have your base, you can really make your granola however you want. Just take 2 cups of rolled oats, about 3/4 of a cup of peanut butter, a teaspoon or so of coconut oil, about a half a cup of syrup. You can do maple syrup, you can do karo syrup, you can do honey, just something kind of sticky and sweet depending on how sweet you like your granola, and that's your base. And then you just add to it whatever you need. Let's see if I have another. So we're going to scoop in about 1/3 of our mixture. Go. And let's mix it all around. But all of the additives are just what you like, and for us it's what we want based off of what's in the pantry. And I don't try and break up all of the clusters, because sometimes the clusters are my favorite part. Just make sure it's very well mixed. I see some bright orangey yellow spots. I probably let the cake batter extract go straight to one spot. It wouldn't be the first time. Okay, so I'm gonna bring my sheet pan over and show y'all how I pour it on, and then we'll get the next 2 flavorings. So we'll be baking Eleanor's and Thatcher's at the same time, and once these come out of the oven, I'll toss mine in there to get baking. It only takes about 10-15 minutes. Keep my parchment paper slow. And it's ready to roll. You just want it until it's kind of crispy and breaking apart. So these are just 2 pieces of parchment paper. Now I realize this is a very jumbo pan. You might not have a pan this big. You may have to individually bake yours. But I want to break it up. Just don't want to break up all of the clusters. I just don't want it to be like one large granola bar. All right. I'm going to move this back to the stove and rinse the bowl, because Thatcher doesn't want chocolate in his. So no, I did not wash this. I just rinsed it out. So yes, I know there's going to be some chocolate in there. It is okay. If I was using it for something else, then I would completely wash it. But so same thing. Start with our 2 cups of oats. And Thatcher's is very simple. He wants some fruit. So what fruits did we have? We had some strawberries, some apples, some cherries. So let's do some apples. And these are just freeze-dried apple chips. So I'm gonna break these up into some smaller pieces. And you don't have to use nuts if you don't like, but I always do. So we're gonna add in some walnuts because I just think that goes well with apples. And I'll probably throw him in some strawberries too, just so he can see that he got fruit. Because if he doesn't see it, he won't believe it, even if he tastes it. Let's see. There we go. Some walnuts. Now these are some bigger pieces of walnuts, so I'm just going to crush some of them. Alright. Let's see. I'm going to add in some dates. Give it some sweetness. And I pulled out some pumpkin pie seasoning. Again, just a little bit. Alright, and we're going to mix in or add in our liquid parts. So, we may need a little bit more because I went a little bit heavy on the fruit and mix-ins for his. Get this mixed all around. Oh, I thought that was a chocolate chip at first. It's a date. He will eat the chocolate one. He's just not, that's not his go-to. He wants fruity things for the most part. And that's not to say this is just his granola. Sometimes Eleanor will wake up and that'll be what she'll decide. That's perfectly fine. This is just the choice when they got to pick for today. Alright. Going to spread this out on the pan. The oven is heated to 325. This is going to go in for about 10 to 15 minutes. And I'll come back and show y'all how we do mine. Okay, y'all. So theirs is in the oven. Time to get working on mine. So I'm just going, I may have misjudged this. I was going to say just pour the rest of this in, but let's see how much is in it. So 1, 2, oh yeah, we're just pouring that last little bit. I'm not saving like a quarter of a cup. And I wanted to do something with pecans. So we've got those. Oh, I have some cranberry pecan stuff. That tastes pretty good. So, send that in. I want some more pecans though. I like mine to be very, very nut based. That cranberry pecan stuff is like candy all in itself. I don't know that I've even ever used that. I just kind of picked it up at the store because it looked good. So break some of these up. And then some cherries. Now, I think one of the last batches of granola that we made, I think Eleanor picked like, which we went to the store specifically for granola stuff that day, golden raisins or yellow raisins or something, and oh my goodness, that one was amazing. I'm going to add some cinnamon because I absolutely adore cinnamon. And we have no liquid mix in because I'm using the liquid mix in bowl. So if y'all saw, it's all at the bottom. So get this mixed around. And if we find or we're craving a certain type of granola, then we'll make that. But most of the time, it's what's in the pantry and maybe grabbing a few extra things. That's why I love a stocked pantry. Like you'll cook a whole lot more at home and you'll experiment and play with your food more if you have a stocked pantry. Now, also remember there's certain things that aren't going to last in that pantry, so use them up. But most of these things, they will. Now the nuts, I love keeping my nuts for the most part down in the freezer because they're going to last a whole lot longer that way. Let's add a little bit more. Oop. A little bit more cinnamon. I want this very cinnamon-esque. Oh, I'm not sure if I showed y'all. The syrup that I'm using is just this Maple Grove farm. I got that either at Super One or Walmart. And it lasts too. I used that for some chicken I made a couple of weeks ago. It was yummy. Actually, I might make that again this week. That was the first time I'd ever made. It was like, I'd seen it on a different channel. I think the Wads or the one with, I can't remember her name. I don't know, her husband's name is Bunky. Just because I think that's his nickname. I'm not sure. But I love watching her. She's so sneaking cute. One of the two of them made like this maple chicken, and it looked good, and it was. Like, that was the first time I'd ever made it, though. So I might make it and share it with y'all and see. But this is going to be my granola. So we've got about 4 minutes left for the kids. I'm going to go check on it, and then we'll swap out. We'll put mine in the oven, and I'll show y'all how we package it all up and everything. But we'll see y'all back shortly. Okay, y'all, so our granola's all done. This is Eleanor's and this is Thatcher's. They've been cooling off while mine has been cooking. Mine's back there still on the sheet pan cooling off. Now, usually whenever we make granola, this is where it all goes. And we just use a scoop to scoop as we like. We primarily put granola over our yogurt. However, you could pour milk over it. You could have it just as a snack if you like. You can have granola however you would normally have it. Just because it's homemade doesn't change that. However, I do have these little containers that I rotate between putting just random beans and different stuff in. So I figured we've got 3 of them. Might as well use it for this. I'm knocking it off. But you do want to make sure that your granola is cooled before you start putting it in any type of container. Now, if this was a little bit bigger, I'd just fold it and kind of slide it into there. But I think we're going to have spillage issues. I could use this in stew as well. But we're just going to get these all in the containers. And I'll show you what they look like. But simple as that. And use just what you have. And plus, this might be a good way to use up any of those leftover Christmas cookie ingredients if you have some of that still left. Okay, y'all. So our 3 granolas are all made. And I know in the container they look very similar. But this one, sorry, I did just sneak a piece right before I started filming. This one is mine. It's got all the extra nuts in it. This one smells like Thatcher's. So it's going to have the apple pieces and strawberry in it. So that means this one should be, yeah, Eleanor's with the chocolate and the coconut. Ooh, that's got a big pecan right on top. But this will go fast, and hopefully y'all enjoyed watching how we make our granola. Any questions, just leave them down below. We'll see y'all next time. Bye. Are you eating my granola? Uh-huh. You're just eating it like a snack? Which one is that one?
Well, I don't know.
Is it chocolate and coconut, or is it apples and strawberry?
Coconut and chocolate?
Yeah, that one's yours, huh? Can I have it back to finish my video, please? You can get one more piece.
I want this big one.
What you want to say?
It's delicious.
It's delicious? Mm-hmm. You like it? Can I have a bite? Can I have a bite?
Yeah, have a bite of my hand.
I don't want to bite of you.
Sorry.
It's okay. Take a bite of your yogurt.
It just did like that.
That's okay. Oh my goodness, you're a mess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it still good even on your sleeve? All right. Tell everybody bye. Thank you for watching.
Bye. Thanks for watching.